Hello, I am making a tofu style patty with gravy on top of it. And I'm starting with 1 cup of pecans in my food processor. And I'm going to put 2 cloves of garlic. And then I'm going to put in a half of an onion. I just kind of chopped it up. And I'm going to process this. Then I'm going to stop it and scrape my sides. That looks good. Let's do it one more time. And one thing, what I like to do is to keep this on because this isn't going to turn on until you click it. And it just kind of, someone told me, an electrician person told me that it saves your switch. So I don't know. This thing is over 20 years old. So I don't know if it's worked. It seemed like it. So I have processed this. And I am going to put it in my bowl. I have a bowl right here. So 1 cup of pecan meal, 2 cloves of garlic, and a half of an onion so far. And process it in your food processor. And to that, I'm going to add a tablespoon of nutritional yeast, a tablespoon of Bragg's amino, and a teaspoon of onion powder. And kind of mix it. And then I'm going to add a package of extra firm tofu. Just going to kind of break it up. You could wear plastic gloves if you wanted to at this point. I'm going to plug in my electric skillet, so while I'm preparing the patty mix, my skillet will be heating up. I sprayed some cooking spray, olive oil cooking spray, on my skillet. I also took a 13x9 pan and sprayed that because what I'm going to do is I am going to pan fry these. Then I'm going to put them in a 13x9 and put gravy over them. I found a gluten-free gravy mix. And I'm going to pour the gravy over the patties, and then I'm going to cook this in the oven. I'm just going to make sure this is mixed nicely. And to this, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of oats. Now I'm going to add my 1.5 cups of rolled oats. I'm just going to mix this up. You also need 1 cup of water. And you're going to let this mixture sit for 10 minutes. And while this is sitting for 10 minutes, I'm preparing my gravy. I use 2 packs of instant. I found this instant gluten-free gravy. So it's a herb gravy, so this should be good. So my mixture is just sitting here, and it'll sit for 10 minutes. Let the oats absorb the water, and then I can form them into patties. Okay, my patties are ready to start forming my patties. And I have my gravy. I made 2 packs of gravy, and it took 2 cups of water. It smells really good. We haven't used this gluten-free one, so I'm sure they'll like it. And then my pan is hot. You can tell. Just take a couple drops of water on your finger, and it's nice and hot. And I'm taking an ice cream scoop to make my patties, and I'm just gonna drop them gonna kind of smash them in my ice cream scoop. I'm gonna let these brown on both sides, and then I'll put them in my sprayed 13x9 pan. And then I'm gonna flatten them. I'll use my spoon. So, and these are gluten-free, but not always. These are not certified gluten-free oats. So if you wanted gluten-free You would have to make sure that your oats are certified gluten-free. They're kind of like Salisbury steak. They're very good. Okay, it's been a few minutes. Now I'm going to turn them over. It doesn't matter if they fall apart because you're putting them in a casserole dish. You just kind of want patties, but I might have to stack them on top of each other, so it really doesn't matter if they fall apart. To me, they're not going to be a burger type. Okay, it's been a few more minutes, and I have my 13 by 9 pan over here, and I have sprayed it with my cooking spray, and now I'm going to start taking my patties out and aligning my pan. I have my oven preheating at 350. My gravy's done. I'm going to spray my pan again. Maybe somebody will get me a new pan for Christmas. Wouldn't that be nice? This one I've used quite a bit. These are good for, I've taken these to Potluck a lot, and they disappear very, very fast. Everybody loves these things. When I first became vegetarian, I had never eaten tofu, and my first thought was, that was 20 years ago, and I went vegan right away. My first thought was, I will never in my life eat tofu. I was not gonna eat it. Well, I ate it for years. I particularly don't eat much tofu at all. Because of some health reasons, I am on a very strict, raw food pretty much diet, and that's how I eat. But I cook for my family, vegan, vegetarian, and I love cooking, so I like making them all this stuff. There's not enough to do too much with, but just a little patty. And then again, I will flatten them out again. Those will cook for a couple of minutes on each side, and then they'll be ready for the oven. And you can see my other ones are sitting there in the pan. Okay, I'll keep showing you my progress. I am flipping them again. It's been a couple minutes. They pull apart, just kind of smash them back together with the edge of your spatula. So now I have my pan full of Salisbury steaks, and I'm going to take my gravy that I made and I'm just going to pour over the top of them. I'm going to kind of spread it out so everything has gravy on it. And now I'm going to put them in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes, and they will be ready. Okay, so here are my Salisbury steak. They just came out of the oven. They were in there for 30 minutes, and I'm sure my family will enjoy them. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this. Bye-bye. Try them. They're really good. I've been making them for 20 years. Bye-bye.